What's up, guys? This is Kaz, the Elevateyourcraft, and here we are for another PTCGO matchup. And I will be doing the Surekill deck, which is GlaceonGX and Alolan Ninetales GX. So why don't we get going? Okay, start it there. There's that lightning. So I don't know what this will be, but yeah, I threw that Tapu Koko in for the Ho-Oh-Kiawe matchup, and it does work really well. Okay, not too bad. I do have the turn 1 energy evolution. I would really like another basic on the board, so I can maybe Ultra Ball, the Choice Band, and the Aqua Patch, but that doesn't feel great either. But I really want to keep the DCE. It's so okay. Well, there you go. It just feels so bad when you miss a DCE after you've got that turn 1 energy evolution. Okay, well, there's another basic. Okay, so maybe I go a little aggressive here. I'll bench the Eevee. I can put a Choice Band. And then it would be great to hit an E-Hammer. So I can Energy Evolution. Go to 3. Okay, so all my Glaceons. Eevees, K2-2 on the Alolan Ninetales, and Vulpix, so 1 Vulpix is prized. So only 1 E-Hammer. That's unfortunate. I would really like to hit it here just to slow down my opponent. I prized a DCE as well. And 1 Choice Band. Okay, so I really want to go a bit aggressive here, but now that I prized an E-Hammer, I think I just Cynthia to just be safe here. And hopefully I hit a DCE and the E-Hammer. Okay, so I actually did get the E-Hammer, which is pretty nice. I'll bench the Vulpix. That's really nice, although next turn I don't know what I'm going to do, so I might actually really need that E-Hammer to slow things down. So I will attach, I won't attach those yet. So let's see what happens. So it tells me he didn't get a water. I think it's a water. I did see the, okay, it is, yeah. So I'm really hoping that he ends again. That would be kind of nice. Okay, all right, that does give us a fresh 6 cards. So I'm hoping that I can at least hit a DCE here, and I don't. Awesome. And he concedes. Okay, so I'm going to run it back and do another game here. I guess my opponent was just not drawing well and assumed that I had a DCE and then would just start to get some good pressure on him. So there we go. That was a quick one. Colorless Fighting. Okay. I see Garchomp on his coin, so maybe that's what we're facing. I don't know that the Garchomp deck plays any... Oh, that Mewtwo start. Not ideal. I don't know that the Garchomp deck plays any colorless, but who knows? It could be... Okay. Could be some variation that I don't know about. And this hand is not looking good. Wow. Might just have to pass here if I don't get any sort of supporter. Ideally an N or a Cynthia. I mean, if I hit a Sycamore, it would be a real shame. 2 of my Ninetales gone. An Aqua Patch, the Choice Bands, that would just feel really bad. Okay. Oh, I see. So Silvally, Buzzwole. Okay. So that Mewtwo is actually nice. I mean, if I hit a DCE, if I can get any energy on it. If not, then it's just going to be a punching bag. I really would have liked to have started with that Eevee, get the energy evolution, get some damage out, and then have the Mewtwo as a backup attacker. But here we are. And pass, I would imagine, at this point. Okay, choice band. So my opponent getting off to a pretty awesome start and has the instruct even to boot. So let's see. Okay, well, I think I just have to bench the Eevee. I'll attach the choice band and pass. So maybe a Guzma play here on the Eevee, so he can Jet Punch for the knockout and put some damage on the Mewtwo. Clearly, I am dead drawing, but now he can retreat the Lele free anyway, so... This is a pretty rough go here. My opponent just getting everything. Okay, all right, there's an Ultra Ball, so that does give us some outs. So I think I will get rid of Ninetales and a choice band. So that's really nice, getting the supporter, Lele, for the supporter. So I only, yeah, of course. So that one Ninetales left, 3, so again, 1 E-Hammer prize. And 1 DCE prize, and it looks like 1 energy prize. So, okay, at least we have some life here. If I can maybe... let's see, get the, whoops. I guess Bridget isn't that bad an idea, but I do have the 2 basics. I don't know that he won't be able to knock out the Mewtwo, although I'd really like to preserve it. Hopefully I hit that float stone and then I can get it out of the way and hit a Glaceon and then bring that up to the active so they can't... do I want to rescue Stretcher the Ninetales? I don't think so at this point. So he can't just automatically retreat the Lele for free. So... Okay, I will get the energy evolution at least. Oh, I'd really like to get that Mewtwo out of the active. So I do get that. I have the N in case he does get a knockout here. And then the Lele if I want to grab another Cynthia maybe, or even attack with it, but I do have one on the bench, so I guess I just have to pass. Not an ideal start here, that's for sure. But this Mewtwo would be really nice. I think if I can save it for... save the Rescue Stretcher for the Mewtwo, I think that might be more useful. Take out a Buzzwole, but it looks like he's focusing more on the Sylvallies anyway. Which is a reason to not really fill up my bench too much. We do have that Rebel GX attack. But it'd be nice to just start getting some pressure on the board with the Glaceon. I used the E-Hammer, so I won't be getting that back until maybe I take it out of my prizes. We can instruct. So they're just rocking. But despite them rocking, I mean, they haven't really put any pressure on me yet as far as damage is concerned. So I'll take that. Oh, hello, kitty. Okay, so they're going to get the Turbo Drive and then start maybe powering up the Buzzwole. Okay, hold on. Come on. Turbo Drive, Oh, with the psychic memory. Okay. So they've got a pretty good setup going. Unfortunately, this has been really, really slow for me. I don't necessarily want to. I mean, they have 5 cards anyway. Do I go pretty aggressive and then just Sycamore? Can't Aqua Patch, so I think I kind of have to. I do have some Aqua Patch left. I can recover that energy. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know about this one, folks. I can attach to the Lele. And then, oh, it's really, really feels bad not being able to get, I think I'm just too far behind here. Glaceon will get hit, and they'll have the Buzzwole set up. I think I'm going to move on from this one, folks. Just way too slow of a start. Never like conceding, but you've got to be able to recognize when, what is it the gambler says? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. And I think that was a fold them time. I did have yen, I guess, but just to maybe slow them down. Yes, I'd like to go first. That Lele start once again. Actually, it was a Mewtwo start last game, but just not hitting those Eevee turn ones, unfortunately, these games. Okay, they had to take 1 mulligan, so it looks like we are going up against a fire deck, so do have the weakness advantage if I can get things rolling. Yes, I would. Okay. Oh, it's the Ho. Okay, so I do get a Bridget. I can bring out the Coco. I think I will attach so I can retreat. Attach to the Lele, and then I can, so let's see, I'll bring one out there. 1 Eevee, 1 Coco, and I think maybe 1 other Eevee. Vulpix I can maybe use to clean up a little bit later. So I am minimizing or shutting off the steam ups if my opponent does use them. And I have both E-hammers, but I don't think that's going to really mean much in this matchup. So, and I have a good amount of energy too. So, okay, put that Coco in there for, I mean, do I want an energy evolution? I don't think so. I think the goal is to get that Coco out and start doing some damage. So I want to make sure I can get the Lele out of the active. And then worst case, I mean, if he does turn 1 Kiawe, I can attach another water and get some pressure on the Ho-Oh with energy drive. So I think that's good. I played one yesterday, the same deck, the Ho-Oh Kiawe, and was able to pull it out with Coco. It just worked so well in the matchup. And I even think now, because even if I get the choice band, unless he powers up the Ho on the bench, okay, no, he won't. So he'll have 4 energy on there. If I energy drive, so that would be, what, 6, so 120. I mean, I can energy drive to do the 120. It does put some pressure on. He will get the knockout on the Lele, but then I do have a follow-up on with the Coco potentially. It is 2 prizes on the Lele, but I think I need to get something going. I can Cynthia and then hope that I hit an energy there. I mean, if I do get the double colorless, I will. I think I want an energy drive. maybe not. Let's Cynthia. Okay, so I do hit that double colorless. I don't hit the choice band, which is a shame. That would be really useful here, because now, I mean, do I attack with the Coco without the choice band? I can Ultra Ball these away, get a Glaceon in play. How many choice bands do I have? I have all 4, so that's a real shame that I didn't hit it. I almost think it would have been better now to Energy Drive, because I'll be hitting it for 40, but that's really not that impactful. If I use Energy Drive, maybe I can put up the Vulpix. That way I preserve it, and I can maybe protect the Lele. I think that's the play. I just don't want to give up 2 easy prizes. Maybe I should have energy driven there, get some good pressure on the Ho. If he Guzmas, I mean, that would be annoying, but I could potentially... I'm seeing now I have to get the EV out of the active. Might have been smarter to actually bring up the Vulpix because it's only a 1 retreat cost. But maybe I was presuming that he'd knock it out, but I doubt he wants to knock it out. Knock the EV out with his Phoenix Burn. Okay, so he's just playing the... all right, so let's see. So what do I do here? Do I attach to Coco? I can Sycamore, and but again, I won't be in a great position. So I want a backup attacker. I'll attach to Coco, I think. And then hopefully I can get some Aqua Patches going. So that's not great. I didn't get the Float Stone, which I shouldn't have really banked on anyway. So he might just Sacred Fire again. So I'll get another EV out. I can Aqua Patch to... let's see. Don't think I'll be able to do anything next turn, so he'll get 100 damage on it. Aqua Patch there, and pass. That way, I mean, I could hit the hole for 190 with Choice Band on Ninetales, but this just does not feel great. Definitely does not feel great. So he, okay. So he'll take the knockout there. I mean, that actually might help me a little bit. I guess he just doesn't want me to set up very easily. I do have the N. I can hit another Energy Evolution, or do I just want to go for Ninetales here? I mean, what am I shutting off? The Lele, of course, but I think if I can get the Ninetales up and running, it might be better just with the math, with the Holos, the Choice Bands. And I do not hit a Choice Band for another turn. Unfortunate. So I guess I'm just getting some spread damage here. And I don't hit the Ninetales either, so my backup attacker, of course, Lele, I'll only be doing 40. That'll leave it for 150. That's 6. If I hit a Choice Band with the Lele, but that's too bad. That's really too bad. So he might Sacred, is a Sacred Fire? Yeah, he might Sacred Fire my Vulpix just to get some, okay, so could Steam Up, but I believe that's to the active, right? I don't think he can active Pokemon, yeah, okay. So really good, consistency here for my opponent. These couple games have been pretty tough. And this, to be honest, this doesn't happen very often with this deck. This is a little bizarre. Okay, so there's the choice band, which is nice. So I can get some decent damage on now. I will attach that. And then attach maybe the water. I'm really investing a lot into this Vulpix. And if it gets knocked out, that would be really sad. I do want to hit a Vulpix here. Do I end the double colorless back in? I need a follow-up attacker. So I think I go with the energy evolution. Get the Glaceon. Both are in there, so 2 Sycamores left, 1 and 2 Guzma, 4 energy. Don't really want to end the Bridget back in, but let's see. Oh no, end my opponent. If I hit the double colorless, I'll have it for next turn, of course. And now I get a flurry of choice bands. Okay. Awesome. Still no Ninetales, which is very, very unfortunate. So at least I'll hit for 100 here and then put myself in a good position with some pressure. So that spread damage is really nice too. 2 ends used. I believe I have 2 more in deck. So he's going to take out Coco, which is expected. Sycamore, all right. So I will have Glaceon to work with. Unfortunately, he has another Ho-Oh just waiting there. Unless I can work something out with Vulpix here. It'd be really nice to have my Floatstone. Then I could just pay a retreat. Or not even pay a retreat, have free retreat. Because right now I have the 1 energy on the Glaceon. It's got a 2 retreat cost, which is a little annoying. So let's see. What do I want to bring up? Guess the Glaceon has got 3 prizes, so that's a little bit awkward for him. Okay, so there's the Ninetales. So I could definitely... I can take the knockout on the Ho-Oh. Glaceon will very likely get return knocked out. But I do need to put on the pressure. 7, so he'll have 70, that leaves 120. How much? Okay, so no Guzmas. I think I put the choice band on Ninetales. And I take the knockout here. I mean, Glaceon is, well, maybe not. I mean, he might not have the choice band. If not, that would be really great. So I'll attach that. Keep the choice band just in case a field blower comes out. And who do I put the damage on? So the Ho I'm not too concerned about. There's the water weakness. I think I maybe put it on like a GX attack. So I'm hitting for weakness on these guys. So maybe I'll accumulate the damage on Lele just in case I need to hit some numbers. So he's got to hit the choice band to take out Glaceon. Let's assume that's going to happen because there's none in the discard, none on the board. So he's got to have 1, but bringing up the Volcanion tells me that he might not. Turtonator. So if I can hit a Guzma, maybe I can make a play. He might just Floatstone, Nitro Tank maybe, or okay, Cynthia. So I will take the knockout on Frost with Frost Bullet here, but I do want to really focus on that Ho-Oh, the Turtonator. I do have the choice band, so if I can Guzma here. If I attach this water to the Lele, I can Wonder Tag for the Guzma, retreat Lele, take out the Turtonator. I think that might be a good idea. GlaceonGX gets knocked out in return, and then I could potentially finish the game with Ninetales. So let's Ultra Ball. Do I have a Lele? I do. And a Guzma, I have 2. So let's try that. Now, what's doing more? I mean, the Ho-Oh is, I think, a little bit more of a threat with the Choice Band. It can one-shot. So I think, or do I get the Turtonator? I will. I mean, I could finish it off potentially with a. I think I go for the Ho-Oh. Then you can Nitro Tank. Let's go for the Turtonator. Because, I mean, the 180 now, that's unfortunate because maybe I should have gone for the Ho-Oh. Because the 180, even without Choice Band now, can take out the Glaceon. But again, I'm really trying to just close things off here with the Ninetales. I do have a good amount of energy left. I have the Aqua Patches. I have supporters. Unless he ends me, which he very well could. I mean, I don't know that he's played any at all. So I think I should foresee a N in my future. But at least I have 2 energy on the Ninetales. So if I do top deck 1 or even a double colorless, that will help out a lot. I've also set up the Lele here, so I have a Guzma and a Choice Band. So I mean, worst case, I can Guzma up the Lele and then just Ice Blade for the win. So if he just knocks out the Glaceon here, then I do have the win. So he Cynthia'd. Okay, so no N, so I think I just win now. So it was a good call to put the damage on the Lele, which I figured because the others have weakness, so I have a Choice Band on it. And we do take the win. So that's a great game. Slow starts to these games, but managed to pull it out here on this final one. So that's really nice. Loving this deck. It's so much fun. I kind of struggle with whether it would be competitively viable because that's ultimately what I want it to be, but I'm having some great success. But again, online is definitely not the same as actual in-person tournaments, with the meta. Great to practice with the deck. So I just really don't know. I'm having a ton of fun with this particular deck. I guess we'll see. But here's the list just so you can check it out. I've made some adjustments to it over time. So let's see that doesn't usually update, so that would be 13 wins out of 18 played, which isn't too bad. So let's see, right there is the list. Added the Coco for that matchup, the whole Kiawe. I think that's something that is going to be pretty popular, and it just works so well. If you can hit your Choice Bands, which in this game I didn't happen to hit them, but did pull it out anyway. But that was another reason I put 4 Choice Bands in. It's just really important for Glaceon to have a Choice Band, for Alolan NinetalesGX to have a Choice Band, just to hit that 190 with Blizzard Edge. And if you've got the spread damage either with a Coco or GlaceonGX already there, then that choice band really, really helps. The Mewtwo is, of course, for Buzzwole. Don't know if I'll keep it in. I mentioned that in my last video. It hits very hard against Buzzwole, so I'll likely keep it in. But this is the state that the deck is in right now. Another Floatstone would be nice. Kind of for the supporters, I looked at what the top tier decks were playing for supporter lines in the recent tournaments, and I had 4 Guzma before, but decided to go with 3 this time. In this case, I mean, Guzma is just a great card all around, but I don't know that you're looking to do too many Guzma plays with this, whether it's keeping Glaceon in the active and just hitting out a lot of pressure. But of course, you do want it in the deck, and I think 3 is still a great count. I may go back to 4, but we'll see. It's not like a Buzzwole type deck where you just want to have 4 Guzmas. You want to have one in your starting hand to get those jet punches on the Zoruas and take the quick knockouts. It's a bit different here because they're likely not going to take knockouts as easily. Eevee will likely Energy Evolution, taking away that first, that easy weakness knockout. Alolan Vulpix, not really in the active too often, but even then they'll need the strong energy and the Regirock, something like that. So it's not quite as easy to get your basic Pokemon knocked out in this deck. So I think the 3 count of Guzma would work, and then brought Cynthia down to 2 and N back up to 4. So I was at 2 N, 3 Cynthia, and then 4 Sycamore. I dropped a Sycamore for another N, and then a Cynthia for another N. And I agree. I think that N is just too important, especially even in this type of matchup. That's just the past one, the whole Kiawe. They're looking to take prizes really quickly. Having those Ns to just disrupt them and get yourself a fresh new hand is really important. So I don't know that we'll see any other changes to the deck. Likely that there will be maybe 1 or 2 more, but again, definitely not as good as the players, the top tier players out there, and building them in the first place. And whether this will be a competitively viable deck, I'm not quite sure. I just love to play it. I do have some of the other meta decks built, so I do want to get some testing and experience on those as well. But right now, I think things are waiting to just be shaken up. The Zoroark decks that we saw at the previous tournaments, maybe they'll keep going in their current iterations. I don't see Zoroark going anywhere, but maybe things will change with Glaceon once that deck gets optimized. And it's an exciting time. It's also there's a lot of uncertainty, so I think I'm kind of just getting as much insight as I can from the better players out there and online and just playing. So anyway, there was a few matches, a couple quick ones at the beginning there. Unfortunately, just really, really bad starts. This game was also a pretty bad start, but managed to take the win in the end. So that's it for this episode of PTCGO Matchups. Be sure to follow on YouTube at Elevateyourcraft, Twitter at EYCKAS. I'm on Facebook, Elevateyourcraft, all one word. And you'll also find my calisthenics and jump rope material on there. That's what I primarily do. That's what I specialize in. That's where my expertise lies. But I thought it'd be a really cool combination to bring in playing Pokemon, because I do really like to do that as well. You can't always be exercising. You do need some rest. So anyway, be sure to follow and like, and I'll catch you guys next time.